Alright y'all, thank you so much for watching. Welcome to the video. Tonight I'm going to be doing my second take after doing this entire recording muted. So every time I listen to Z talking about that, so I was like, oh man, that's gotta suck. Well, okay, so I just had that happen to me. I just talked for 40 minutes and I was muted on my mic the entire time, so that's fun. But I think that some good will come of this, and then I think I can go through this more quickly now than I did the first time after getting my thoughts together. So here we go. This is the limited edition of the ER2XRs, which are an Etymotic IEM. Etymotic has a few different options. They have a 4 series, it's really expensive. They have a 3 series that I believe use balance armatures and a lot of people aren't huge fans of. And then they have the 2 series, which are dynamic drivers, and they've got an SE version that doesn't have any bass, and then the XR, which is what I got, that does have bass. The standard version of it that you get does not come with some of this stuff. So like these dual flange options, it does not come with that, and it does not come with this dongle adapter that you get. So if you ever, I don't know, if you're like a collector or something, you might check it out on eBay. I don't think you can buy these retail anymore. I know Amazon doesn't have them anymore, but I still did see some people for around $100 selling these on eBay. The standard accessories that you get are the triple flange tips, and you also get these foams. The issue with the foams is that, one, they feel a little crusty, like when you use them, even brand new, and foams wear out. They only give you one pair of them. So if you look around, you'll find mixed reviews if you go online on the replacement ones. So you can look for them, but people say, I don't think it's the same as original, da da da. So I knew I needed to get a replacement for it, because when I listened to these with the stock tips, again, the triple flange, I couldn't even get a good seal with these, so I couldn't use these. The dual flange I actually really like the fit on, and be careful when you're taking them out. You really need to kind of back them out slowly. You go yanking these out of your ears, you could really hurt something. Like I had legitimate suction where once I broke the seal, there's a little pop in my ears. Like you got to be careful pulling these out. You don't want to be pulling your brains out when just yanking them out of your head. So be careful. But I really did enjoy the seal with these. The issue is that when I listened to them with these tips gave me more of an airy but almost unresolving feeling in the mids. There's just like I had to strain to hear. And once I put the foams in there, I no longer had that issue. I felt like I lost a little bit of sparkle and I lost a little bit of bass, which is typical for how I hear the foams. That's just how I hear them. But I thought it was worth it because it gave me more of a resolving feeling in the mids where I could hear everything that I wanted to hear. The other cool special thing that you get if you get that kit is you get this dongle. It's kind of like an Apple dongle. It's almost the exact same size. It's black. The difference with this is that instead of it being a cooler, cleaner, crispier sound like you get with the Apple dongle, this gives you a warmer, darker, slightly, I almost want to say muddy, just slightly more bass. Now these are, I'm trying to describe it to you in the best words I have, but these are slight things. You can hear the difference. It's not huge, but when you listen, those are the kind of characteristics that I would say that they were. It's just, it kind of sounds a little bit less crispy. And now sometimes that's good. You listen to the right song, it's starting to hurt your ears because there's sibilance in the track or whatever's happening. This is actually nice for some things, and it actually pairs really well with the foams that come with it. But again, the issue is that those foams are one set of foams, and then from what I hear, a lot of people are saying that the ones that you get to replace them aren't even the same ones, and they're of lesser quality. I saw people talking about the stems falling out and all kinds of scary stuff. So I don't know, I'd probably steer clear and just go with your Comply tips. Comply makes these professional versions of these tips, and they're awesome. They work great. I like the sound even better than I like the ones that come with them. So I would just do that. I'll leave a link in the description for that. You also get this pouch, which is really good. It's an excellent pouch in the sense that it's not super flashy. You put this in your pocket, it's utilitarian. It'll do the job. And it's kind of flat. It's big enough to put in your pocket. It kind of feels nice in the hand. It just feels like, this feels like the kind of thing, like if this is part of your job, you could have this in your pocket, use it, open it up every day for 5 years, and it would still be working good. Okay, so now my general thoughts on the sound. My general thoughts on the sound of these are, I was really surprised when I started doing A/B testing with them. The killer feature with these is the noise isolation. So I think they claim about 35 decibels of noise isolation. All I know is for me, when you put the foams in, especially, you literally hear all your HVAC stuff goes away. I started doing vacuuming today, and I really had to strain to even hear the vacuum when I was playing music. I mean, that's the level of isolation that you get out of these. It's awesome to have an option that will give you the ability to just have the world completely go away. And that's really the killer feature with these. And what I wanted to get across is that these still kind of hang with some of these others in today's audiophile landscape, but they're not the very best. But what they do give you is a complete sense of isolation that you don't get with anything else. You don't get the ability to really get away from the world in the same way that these present, and they also still sound really good. So the way that these sound is they give you bass and maybe slightly above neutral bass. Everything else is fairly neutral. It's a smooth presentation where you don't get great instrument separation, you don't get great sense of sound stage, but what you do get is a smooth, even keel kind of feeling to the sound, and it's really enjoyable to listen to. I also replaced the cable on these. So the cable that comes with them, which I have around here, okay, it's very thin, it's crappy. I've bought two of these, and both of these seem to have connection issues, so I didn't like this, and I found a replacement set on AliExpress. It was really hard to find these, actually, and the OEM ones are $40 or so. This is just an excellent cable. If you can see this here, just the way that it sits, and it's like a coiled snake. Like, it's really nice. I'll leave a link to it if anybody wants to grab it. But this is money well spent. I really enjoy it, and it increases my enjoyment of these IEMs. So that being said, let's move on to talking about how they compare to the other options that you can get today. The Titan S, they actually have pretty similar sound profiles. I was surprised when I started listening to these. I thought that these were clean and clear and sterile and accurate and all that stuff. I didn't really get that when I started doing them side by side. When I listened to the Titan S, it sounds more clean, clear, sterile, better sense of imaging, separation of instruments, but it did not give you the smooth, kind of slightly warm, fun, not about fun, but just interesting, clean, clear, but smooth sound that you got with these. But obviously you get better sound stage and separation and all those things too. So it depends on what's important to you. I added spin fits to these, which brought in some warmth in the mids, and it gave me better bass, and that really kind of tipped them where they sounded a little bit similar to these. So if it's just a sound thing, I'd say you can buy the Titan S's, put some spin fits on them, and have a very similar sound profile to what you would get on the Eddies. I also brought out my T2s, which are still an excellent set. A lot of people aren't really talking about these anymore, but these are a really great set in the sense that they bring the mids out forward. They allow all of the instruments to kind of take a backseat and still be proficient and still do like an interesting job that's fun to listen to, but they feel like they're surrounding. That when you listen to these, they've got a very wide soundstage, they have excellent imaging, so they're really good for gaming, but they put the vocalist out front, and then you kind of hear everybody else in the back, like it's like a band with the singer out front and everybody supporting him in the background. The only thing I don't love about these is that the mids feel slightly veiled, but that might be good for you if you're really trying to stay away from fatigue while you're listening to music. It's excellent for that. So this is under $50 still, I think. It's got a decent cable that comes with it. You can use the tips that come with it, and it's a really good option. So you could always look at something like this too, in this kind of sound profile-ish range. It's harder to look for more neutral stuff under $100 or vocalist forward stuff under $100, and this would be another option that's still worth considering in my opinion. All right, last but not least, we'll talk about the 7 Hz Zeros. This is an excellent set. I recently did a review on it. Excellent soundstage, excellent imaging, a little bit sterile. So again, if you compare them, the ER2XR is going to give you a much better sense of. It just feels warmer. It feels smoother. It feels more enjoyable to listen to. I'd say the basses are probably pretty similar in how much they give you, but at the end of the day, these are 20 and these are 100-ish, something like that. But it was kind of nice to realize there is a good reason that you still go with these. Now, if you're really interested in just separating everything the most, then maybe you would still want these. They give me something. If I'm looking at all my IEMs, if the house is going to be loud, if I got a vacuum, or if I want to go out and mow the lawn, whatever, like I don't have anything that can close the isolation quality that I can get with these, and they give me a unique experience. And I found, even when listening to them against some of the newest options out there, that they have an excellent sound quality. They're just kind of do their own thing in their own way. It's not going to give you the precise instrument separation that a lot of the newer ones do, but it is an enjoyable, smooth presentation that I really enjoy. And I will not be selling these. I'm going to probably keep these forever. I still love them, even with some of the newer options that are out there. And I think that kind of speaks for itself. It's still a very good set. I would not use it for gaming. The ER2SEs, for memory, I used them for gaming and I actually really liked them. So I think the introduction of the bass kind of messed up the imaging, instrument separation, that kind of thing with them. But it's still a very enjoyable listen. So that's what I got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoy these. I'm waiting for some new stuff to arrive. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching today.